side, go on the near side. Just open it up to questions.
Mel, how would you describe the fight in this team to claw back?
I don't know. I think this team has a lot of heart, and I think we showed it on the court, and I think we played with that in the first half. But a team like Maryland, ranked, we can't be down 18 at halftime. And that's what we talked about post-game. So as much as heart as we have, as much talent as we have, like, we need to start out the games and finish games for 40 minutes with that heart. And I think we were close in the second half, but we needed to start the game like that.
Why do you think your full court press was so successful in those last 5 minutes to allow you to get those steals and get close in the game?
I think we just used our length. We were getting in the passing lanes and getting our hand on it and anticipating very well. So, I think we were just playing with a high sense of desperation, and it was working.
Yeah, we talked about the second half. Obviously, cutting that 18-point lead down. Kind of, what does it say about the group to not only make a comeback like that, but do it against a ranked opponent as well?
I mean, I believe that we can play with anybody. I think we've proven that. I think this was a game that we could have had. I absolutely think that we can play with anyone in the Big Ten. And I think we show that every single game. We just need to get over the hump and just win, basically. But, yeah, no, we can play with anybody. I believe that.
Yeah, and what piece is kind of missing to kind of help you all get over that hump?
I just think staying consistent on defense.
You guys have been on a more positive trajectory in terms of turnovers the last few games, but then 16 in the first half. What do you think went wrong in terms of ball security, especially in that first half?
I think we're allowing Maryland to speed us up, kind of. The past few games, we've kept our poise. I think we got a little shook in that second quarter, so yeah, I think it's just a misstep right there. But
Fair.
Taylor, your 1,000th career rebound tonight, what does that mean to you?
I've got to be honest, it means the world to me, and I always said that rebounding equals heart, and I just pour my heart and soul into this team every day. So, it's just feels amazing to hit 1,000 rebounds. That's crazy, but yeah, it was good.
Big Ten tournament still very much within your reach. Mm-hmm. What's the mentality in the locker room right now going into these last couple of games as you try to get into that tournament?
We have 2 must-win games coming up. I mean, that's it. The goal is the Big Ten tournament, and we're going to fight and claw our way there. That's really it.
Any other questions? Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Coach, I'm just going with an opening statement on tonight, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, let me say this first. Tonight, we played Maryland in what we call a Think Pink game, and there's a much bigger picture. The great Kay Yao was a friend of mine, and she started this incredible fundraising for breast cancer. It's been a big part of women's college basketball, and we're proud that we were able to participate and be part of it. And I know Coach Brenda Fries and I were together in D.C. for years, and her and Kay were great friends also. And it means a lot that the Big Ten and for Northwestern, we just really appreciate that we sponsor a game like this, and it affects everybody, and our players I think understand there's a bigger picture than just basketball. So really proud of that we're able to do this. And I said I love Kay Yao. She was a great friend of mine, and just all the things she's done, for women's basketball, but also for breast cancer research, and amazing amount of money that's been raised, and hopefully we can find some hope and some cures. And the game itself, I think Mel nailed it. I couldn't say it any better. You can't spot a team like Maryland, 20 points, 18 points. At halftime, we played great in the second half. We played with a fury and a purpose and some urgency that we didn't have in the second quarter. So we got to take that. We scored 49 points in the second half. So We got to take that and run with it the next two games. And like you heard them say, our goal is to get to the Big Ten tournament, and we can do some damage. I don't think anybody really want to play us, but we got to get there too.
Yeah, I just want to ask about, like I did with Taylor and Melanie, that full court press at the end. Is that something that you've been working on? Is that something you might want to try to implement, not just in those last couple minutes in the future?
Well, we've played it off and on all year. I thought we really were aggressive. You heard Taylor too. We got in passing lanes, which we teach in practice, and I thought we deflected and got Maryland a little bit rattled. We gave up two big back end baskets late. They made where we had them scrambling, but they made two tough shots, and that you could see the momentum shift when we kind of cut it to, I want to say 4 a couple times, right? And so again, we just it's something that we feel like we've been okay at. We haven't been great. We used to be a great pressing team at Northwestern, and we need to get back to that point.
Coach, how do you characterize the fight this team showed in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams. I've seen Maryland run people in the league, really good teams in the league. I've seen them run them out of the gym and win by 25 or 30. So the way we came back, and I think I was really proud of this. At halftime, we said, get this. Don't try to win it all in the first 5 minutes. Get it down to 10 or so at the end of the third quarter. And I looked up, we're down 10, exactly where we wanted to be going into the fourth, considering the situation we were in. And it was a great fourth quarter. Back and forth. I thought we played with it, like I said, with purpose. But Maryland is a top 20 team for good reason. They got players make plays.
Only 4 3-point attempts throughout the game.
I'll say it again, I'm sorry.
Only 4 3-point attempts on the game. The previous season low was 9. Was that something intentional?
Well, I think when we're at our best, we haven't been a 3-point threat all year. It's not really, we got some players that are capable, but it's not what we do. We're more of a power inside game when we're playing at our best on offense. Believe me, I would love to be able to. We were at Iowa, and I think we made 9 or 10 threes. 9. I felt like I was watching Stephen Curry or something, and it's there. It's just not what we do this year. I think next year we'll address that, but we're capable. But we don't run a lot of things. Looking for threes.
Similar to the three-pointer is a 68.6% mark from the free throw line. That's kind of been a trend throughout this year, around 66-ish%, last in the Big Ten. What can you do about that when the free throws are going down, kind of from a coaching perspective?
I'm going to, because I'm a storyteller, and you asked the question, and I'm looking at your logo, says Washington, D.C., right there. And two of the greatest coaches of all time, I was fortunate enough to be mentored by. One, the great Morgan Wooten at DeMatha, and the other, the great Red Auerbach. And I sat at a table, to your point, when Morgan said to Coach Auerbach, when my kids go to the foul line at DeMatha, they slap both of their shoes, the back of their shoes. And he looked at Red and he said, does that really help? And, of course, Red had Larry Bird and everybody else. He said, yeah, it helps if you're a good free throw shooter. So you can do everything you want. And, if you're Larry Bird, it doesn't matter. If you're Morgan Wooten or Red Auerbach, you got good free throw shooters. So to your point, we got to get better. We work on it every day. I'm disappointed that we don't we can't capitalize. It's hurt us, and it's probably cost us a couple games. And we're starting to get fouled. We're doing a better job getting to the line, and that's it's important. So I appreciate you saying that. It's believe me, it's been our Achilles all year, and maybe.
I just wanted to ask you,
we asked Taylor about it, but just could you talk a little bit about her impact for the team this year, obviously coming in and transferring?
Yeah.
And obviously tonight was a big milestone for her, but just what does she mean for you and for this team?
Yeah, great question. I don't care what color your uniform wears, what schools you played for. You get 1,000 rebounds in college basketball, and that's special. And we've had, the Nia Coffees and Palace and some players do it here also. And when you see her aggressiveness and timing, and really proud of her. I wish again with the rules, I wish I had her another year. She might get another 1,000. So, but I appreciate you bringing that up, and I'm really proud of her energy.
So a little bit of an advanced stat for you. Since 2002, 2003, they've been tracking individual game performances. Caroline just became the very first Northwestern player to have a double-double with fewer than 5 points. What can you say about her ability to facilitate and how she's embraced that role?
I didn't go to Northwestern. I gotta separate that. A double-double. Say it again.
She had more than 10 assists, more than 10 rebounds, but fewer than 5 points.
Okay. Yeah, and again, I'm really proud of her for this reason. The last couple weeks, I think she's really matured her game. Has done a really good job. We won 2 of the last 3 coming into tonight, and we played our hearts out tonight. So I think she's grown into this leadership role, and I feel like she's a junior. It's time, and those type things. She's finding people at the right times. It's kind of like Veronica Burton. We always said like she, whatever you needed, she would do. Like if you needed 2 points, she'd get you 2 points and 10 assists. If you needed 30 points, she'd get you 30 points and 10 assists. So I think Caroline is starting to find her teammates at the right time, and she's starting to have a much better sense of what we need at the time. If that makes sense. Yeah, good.
Yeah, just going back to what you were saying earlier about your team being a successful pressing team in the past, obviously like the famous Blizzard defense with Veronica Burton. What do you think it will take from a recruiting perspective, from a practice perspective, from an identity building perspective to build a team in that image again?
That's a great. I think there's a couple things. Obviously, from a recruiting standpoint, that we were successful this year in bringing in. It's unique for us. We've been a player development program for years, and our league is old, and you're playing against older players. And what I think Rick Pitino said the other night, I ain't recruiting any more high school players because I'm replacing 23-year-old, grown men, and Taylor and Kyla Jones and all. They've come in. We're lucky we have Grace Sullivan for 2 years, so. I think we have to be involved in the portal with the right players, and that can also walk in. You see it, they walk into our league like we were guarding Smichael with a Rutgers jersey last time I saw her. Tonight she's wearing a Maryland jersey and hitting shots against. So I think our league is now become very old, and. We got to really look at that. But I think we'll be fine. I think, who wouldn't want to come here, right? And now that we have, through COVID, through the facilities change, I think right now we're in a position where if you come on a recruiting visit, we have a lot. We always had a lot to offer, but I think, to be able to play in Chicago too for a year, if that's your goal. I feel like we should be an option.
Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate it.